McCarthy is dealing with a rebellion in his own party, and I'm just so happy about it. The Freedom Caucus does what they say they're going to do. Libertarians and caps, this is our caucus. If there was ever a time to actually take action and participate in a system we're trying to nullify, the Freedom Caucus is the way to go. I'm probably telling you something you already know. It was well over 5 votes to get McCarthy in as the Speaker. And that was because of the Freedom Caucus. They were not letting him through without real commitments. And we know, if we focus on the finances, everything else has to solve itself. So when they made it very clear that he's not becoming Speaker unless he agrees to not raise debt. And then unfortunately McCarthy had to be a politician, and he did it. Now the Freedom Caucus is doing what they're saying they're going to do. And it's exciting. Welcome back to Radically Rational Radio. Let's jump into how McCarthy is actually trying to deal with us.
Also in Congress, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy now dealing with a rebellion from within his own party. A group of conservative Republicans have blocked the House from going forward with some key votes this week. It's all in response to McCarthy reaching a deal with President Biden to raise the debt ceiling and avoid the country defaulting. Hardline GOP lawmakers have criticized the deal as too lenient to desire the Democrats. Members of the Freedom Caucus led the effort to block the House floor, essentially stopping a Republican agenda from moving forward through the chamber. With lawmakers headed home for an early weekend as a result of this, Speaker McCarthy is insisting the situation is under control.
I won't give up. I'll get through it, and we'll listen to them, and we'll figure out a solution.
Representative Matt Gaetz, one of the leaders of yesterday's House revolt, said he is frustrated with the way the House is operating and that he does not want to live in the era of the, quote, imperial speaker, referring to McCarthy. The House of Representatives is going to reconvene next week.
Matt Gaetz definitely loves to use some hyperbolic language, and I agree. We've got to get these people riled up. What matters is the strength of our convictions and the consistency of our moral underpinning. And the Freedom Caucus right now is doing amazing work. This is the House Freedom Caucus doing this work. You may not know there's a State Freedom Caucus as well. The Freedom Caucus does use the word conservative a lot, and that's primarily because they're looking for voters, and ANCAPs and libertarians are not really voters, but we're definitely not conservative. We feel that we're way too extreme to be conservative, even if we are very conservative. Now this is just what's happening at the House level. We really need to start attacking the state level. And if you weren't aware, there's a State Freedom Caucus. This is the caucus that's actually helping get state legislators in as well. Remember, we are no longer in shareholder capitalism. The second we started giving our money to 401ks and banks to manage that, it became stakeholder. If you want to be a shareholder in something, start donating to the State Freedom Caucus. This will actually allow us to get people into the government and start removing the idea that we can just make a law of what we feel is the right thing to do. The Freedom Caucus is very for promoting whatever you think is a great idea. They are very against creating a law and making criminals for people who disagree. This is a voluntary country. We are not interested in force. And that's why I definitely think you got to take the time to stop and donate either your money or your time. When you look at the map, look at this map. There's not enough states in the local caucus. I think we can fix this. I would obviously love to just keep increasing our debt limit. Unfortunately, I have a financial IQ. Just because the next generation has to deal with our decisions doesn't mean I'm okay sacrificing it. The federal government and corporations have entirely taken over. This is the answer. Because remember, in a voluntary society, you can have your communism and socialism. You just can't force others to have it. I hope you learned something. I'm Tristan with Radically Rational Radio. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you jump over to the State Freedom Caucus and stay resilient.